Thanks for coming back. I wanted to do a video for a really long time and I just have not had the time. 2 weeks ago I had an endoscopy and then last week I had my parathyroid surgery and then we had our first football game and I just didn't have time for a video. So we're going to do one right now, quick, before craziness starts again. Today I just want to talk about the parathyroid surgery and what all happened there and how it all happened and how everything went. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds awful. It's still kind of recovering. If you can see, there's a scar. It looks a lot better than it did a couple days ago. So let's get into it. So a couple months ago, my doctor told me, we want you to get your parathyroid glands taken out. And he was trying to explain to me why. He drew me a picture, and I just didn't know why. So here's the picture he drew me. I honestly could not tell you anything what any of this means. No idea. So, I looked it up for myself. So, your parathyroid glands are 4 tiny, like little grains of rice that are right behind your big thyroid gland. They control the calcium level in your blood. And often with kidney problems, like me, my calcium is very, very low. So what happens is the parathyroid glands start to overwork and try to get you more and more calcium, and eventually what happens is it'll start taking it from the bones. So they want to get them out before it gets to that point. So we talked about it for months, and then they're like, okay, we're finally gonna do this. So I had a CT on them right the beginning of August. It might have been end of July, somewhere in there. And we went in for a CT. So what happens is you go in and they give you 2 pills. And you take them and then you let them sit there for 4 hours. And I guess what happens is it makes the parathyroid glands glow, and they're able to tell which one's your parathyroid glands and which one's your parathyroid. So you take these pills and then you go back and then you go away, do whatever for 4 hours, and then you come back. And then when we came back, they brought me in and they injected me through the vein with something else to make them glow even more. And then we finally had the scan, and the scan was 8 minutes from this side, 8 minutes from this side, 8 minutes from the front, and 3 minutes from the back. So it was a good half hour. So then that was finally done, and we had a consult with the surgeon 2 weeks later. And he basically said, based on what I saw, yes, we're going to take him out, and we're just going to do it. And then we've scheduled a surgery for the very next week. So now we're in last Wednesday. And yeah, the day of surgery, I got up at 4:30 in the morning, and we had to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning at the hospital in Fargo at 6 o'clock in the morning. And we sat there all morning until I finally went into the operating room at like 9:15, I think it was. Anyway, I went in and they put me on this table and they strapped my feet in, my legs in, my pelvis in, my arms down. And I don't remember, I think there was one right here too. But I don't know, I was just strapped down. And I had all these monitors on me, and I just remember my heart rate. You could just hear my heart rate go up and up. And then That's the last thing I remember, was looking up and thinking, oh my god, what am I doing? That's the last thing I remember. And then sometime in the near future, I woke up and I think it was about an hour and a half. I'm not 100% sure. And I remember crying and crying and crying and being in so much pain, and I think they gave me 2 or 3 doses of pain meds through the IV before they even brought me back to my recovery room. And I remember I woke up in the recovery room again, and it was like 12:30. That's the last time I remember, 12:30. And we had to stay there for about 4 hours before they would let me go home, which is great because I didn't think I was going to get to go home that night. So it's great that I did. So what ended up happening is they took out 2 out of the 4 parathyroid glands because they couldn't find the other 2 for some reason. So they took out 2, and they were hoping that was enough, and we still have to wait and see how the levels are. I checked it. The biggest thing is to check the calcium, to stay on top of that. And I just had that checked on Friday, and it was low, but not as low as I thought, so that was good. Yeah, so recovery's been pretty good, I'd say. The first couple days were pretty rough on me. Lots of Tylenol was taken, and it was good, you know. I'm feeling really good now, and I'm crazy that I went to a football game 2 days later. I was taking pictures. I don't know why, but I did. And, you know, I'm kind of happy it's over with. And just, I'm feeling good. This is all over, and hopefully no more surgeries for a while, unless it's my transplant. Then I will be happy with one more. But yeah, it's been a weird new experience, and I'm just lucky that things played out the way they did and how good they did. Yeah. I don't know, do I have anything else to add? I don't think so. Just thank you everyone for your love, prayers, and support. And hopefully I'll have another video soon. Hopefully it won't be 3 weeks again. But with sports starting and me doing photography and stuff, it might be a little while longer, but hang in there. I know I'll get to it eventually. Okay? Thank you for your love, support,